everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back to the wrap-up of this trial. I am calling it right now. I've called it for 4 straight episodes, and I'm calling it now. This is it.
This has got to be it.
This is it. Episode 8 is going to be the end of this, episode for this game.
Yeah.
So, and we will get a new trial for the next upcoming stuff. So,
before we progress,
yes,
go to the court records real quick.
Yep, will do.
Go to the blue book. I would like to read that one more time.
Not the blue balls, but the blue book.
Exactly. Go over.
Yep. Instant paralysis of the entire body and subsequent death, even in minute doses.
Yeah. Okay.
The above-mentioned effects occur when the poison enters the body through a wound.
That's a very important part.
Yeah.
So
this only the instant paralysis and subsequent death only happens if it goes through a wound.
Can you go over one more? Due to its ability to render the human body paralytic, it's believed that the toxin could have application as an anesthetic.
So maybe... was he given this when he went to the dentist?
That might have been used as a cover.
Maybe.
So if it's used, it's actually very possible that it... Well, because it would have to... so that's interesting. If it was going to be done in a minute, which clearly, like, the death took place at least an hour or so after he went and got the anesthetic.
Right.
He would have been long dead since then.
Yeah, he would have done. Maybe...
So it's safe to say that that was another way to cover it up if he was using an anesthetic. And perhaps it could have been phrased as, I have some sort of medication that can help you with your situation. Maybe. As an anesthetic that he didn't understand. And then he took it thinking it was an anesthetic. And then that's what did him in.
Yeah. Maybe because he died 2. He had the operation at noon, 1, whatever.
Yeah.
And that anesthetic wears off over time and is supposed to be completely gone in 3 hours.
The only thing that is not inherently clear to me at this moment is how the detective guy is still alive, considering the circumstances around this poison.
Right.
Because he's got this cough, and it's getting really deadly.
Yeah, and he's been in this courtroom for an hour and a half now.
Unless, if you drink the poison, it's a slow and acting poison. And maybe she has a way around it. If she does
clearly
take it.
She's been studying it, and this is only like a brief synopsis of what's going on.
So I think there's more to this toxin that this document doesn't tell us.
Yeah. So let's.
Yeah.
Because clearly, I mean, she seems to have no problem trying to drink it right now. So
she knows something that we don't. Clearly.
This damn bitch.
Yeah.
All right. But I'm getting bored of all it now. It's time for the games to end. Cheers. It's funny thing is, I was gonna say cheers even before she said cheers. So
yeah.
Huh.
Wait, what are you doing?
No sparkle left at all. How appropriate for this shabby affair.
I think they're waiting. This bitch is crazy.
These British women are nuts. Goodness. Whatever's the matter? You all look quite stunned. Well, you just drank a bottle that might have poison in it.
So, no career. The bottle was clean. Is that what you're saying?
You look quite incredulous, little boy. But of course, that's the simple truth. Thank you for presenting the findings of my research so concisely here in this grand venue. Most kind. Thank you, waiter. Now then, Your Excellency. Yes, Miss Brett. I should like to be excused now, please. I think I've given more than enough of my time for the furtherance of friendship between our countries. Ah, yes, dear lady. We are most gratified with all the assistance you have given. There's something fishy going on here.
This doesn't make sense.
It's gotta be he got it at the dentist or something.
There has to have been poison in that bottle. So how? How did she...
I think we gotta look in that notebook a little more.
How did she swallow the whole glass and live to tell the tale? I don't understand it.
Well, I suppose if nothing else, this little Far Eastern charade will make for an interesting conversation for the next dinner, at the next party I attend in London.
There has to have been poison in that bottle, doesn't there?
Maybe the bottle was the red herring.
But there can't have been, because otherwise she would have keeled over dead.
But she didn't have any open wounds, though.
Come on, Ryunosuke, we have all the clues now. That bottle of water.
Contains poison or contains no poison? Hold on, let's go back to this. Go back to this. Good. Insuppressive the entire body and subsequent even in minute doses. The above mentioned effects, it occurs when the poison enters the body through a wound.
Yes. So,
The solution, okay.
this is the double-edged sword of this. If we say the bottle doesn't have poison, we can't explain away the fact that the detective has got a horrible cough and bleeding from the mouth.
Right.
If we say that the bottle does have poison, we have to explain away why it only affected him immediately and not the other two. Which I can't imagine if it is even in like a minute of dose. If he was to get that poison there's no way that he would have been able to move at once he left the hospital, because it seems like this is a pretty lethal.
So
dose.
that means the only solution is that he drank it. He definitely drank. There has to be poison in that bottle.
Yeah, there has to be.
I'm convinced of that. I think this big thing right here, the fact that it has to enter through a wound specifically for this to happen.
Yeah.
The only way paralysis and death happen is if it goes through a wound.
Yes.
That
Which
means
he does have one in his mouth.
He had one in his mouth, which means that boom, he was gonna die.
Yeah.
She doesn't though.
She doesn't, which we still have to explain away the detective.
Right.
At some point.
Right.
Which
maybe,
I think we haven't gotten to that part yet.
And maybe has nothing to do with him. Maybe he's just sick.
Maybe. I don't know.
know.
I feel like that's a huge... It's weird for them to make such a point to show him coughing with blood in his mouth as often as they have, for that not to play a role in it somehow. It has to.
Well, the thing went away, so...
The culprit did put Curare poison into Dr. Wilson's carbonated water. The defense refuses to change its position. You're serious?
Objection!
Oh, fool! Are you blind? There's no possible way that a bottle could contain poison. I mean, we just saw.
Miss Brett drinking the water from it?
That's right. Which rather complicates your argument, I think.
And I believe that complication can be explained, which is true.
Yes, it can.
Kazuya also read the document, so it's weird that he probably missed it in the heat of the moment.
Mm-hmm. How exactly?
She knows it. Yep, we're on the right track.
Yep.
I need to think through all the things that don't quite add up here, one by one.
Okay.
I'm sure the answer is in the evidence we have in the court records somewhere. It has to be.
Very well. If the defense truly intends to assert this claim, then I must ask you to support the assertion with evidence.
Now, this is the interesting part.
What explains how the witness was able to consume this supposedly poisoned water unscathed?
Okay, so this is where things get interesting, because the dentist's note mentions the anesthetic, but the blue book also mentions the anesthetic. But we have to talk about the poison specifically.
Right.
Which maybe eliminates the doctor's medical report card.
Right. Right on the day of the murder, dumb treatment was been. That's all this report card says, though.
Yeah.
That's the main synopsis.
It mentions the water specifically, which could be why she specifically picked the bottle of water.
Right.
So that explains away that.
Uh-huh.
Because she knew.
It has to be this again. Because in the report, it says how that's the case. There's no way.
Yeah, this is...
Let me just make sure that I don't have to scan it.
Well, it says even in minute doses, because that's...
Yeah. Okay. This has to be it.
Because we take into account the food gets out
Yes.
because it has to be at 90 degrees. He takes the poison and is incapacitated. Arms fall onto the hot plate.
Yes.
Which means he gets burned, and then they enact
switch it around.
They switch it around and enact the rest of the crime.
Right.
In that sequence of events, it has to be nowhere less than a minute, because you have.
Right.
He says it was on there for 3 seconds, so the timeline on that has to be really quick, or else the plan doesn't work.
Right.
It has to be that it's because he has the wound is why it enacted so as fast as it did.
Right.
So I think after that line of thinking, it has to be the Blue Book.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing that makes sense.
Yep. It is.
The answer to this riddle is right here in Mrs. Brett's own research report. He mentioned it specifically, so this is it.
Yep. Good. That's not a valid explanation.
No?
After all, we don't speak English. That report is utter gibberish. Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
This impudent young scoundrel is trying to ridicule the court, Your Excellency.
I'm not trying to ridicule anyone, honest. I'm just reading Susatsu-san's notes.
I concur. This report is too extensive to be considered in its entirety by the court. You will direct us to the pertinent section.
This is the point.
Yep. And which section?
Special care. Special.
I'm pretty sure it's special. I just want to make sure.
Thank God they let you look at that. I
Yeah.
think it's special characteristics. It has
yes.
to be that. Yeah, it has to be that.
Yeah, there's no. It says specifically how it works.
Yes.
Yep.
We've been hearing a lot about this Curare poison, and it's left me curious about something.
Oh, Counsel.
Well, it sounds as though indigenous hunters have been using this poison for years and years.
Great.
To lace the heads of their arrows that they shoot at whatever prey they're hunting.
So we've been led to believe, yes.
And the point of hunting is to catch prey to eat.
Get to the point, please.
But if they were to use these laced arrows, doesn't that mean there would be traces of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat? Yes, good point. So surely the hunters wouldn't want to eat their prey, would they? Because they'd be eating poison.
Good gracious, Counsel. No, that would be madness.
But I actually found the answer to that conundrum. In this research paper here, under special characteristics, it says this. The poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound.
Through a wound, you say? I see, that makes sense.
Yes, the mention of that particular detail seemed a little strange to me, though. But it all makes sense when you interpret what's written like this. When Curare enters the body through an open wound, it has terrifying poisonous effects. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poisonous effects whatsoever.
What?
Miss Brett, you authored this research. You know Curare's special characteristics. And you knew that you could make a spectacle of drinking the water without any danger to yourself.
Sure could. You meddling little. The swan's alive.
What?
Rapscallion.
Well, Ryunosuke, it turns out you're an even better lawyer than I thought you'd be. Really? Me? A lawyer?
Oh, this poison talk is fascinating, I'm sure. But I fail to see how it's possible.
Damn.
So, the Elbred, the little puppy, has a new toy to play with. Some facts he read in a book.
She's reached her final form.
Yeah, she really has. I was looking at the swan. All I can think about is the Billy Madison. What are you looking at, Swan? He's just in the tub.
But I'm afraid knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. It only makes you look silly.
What are you trying to say?
Your schoolboyish logic has a fatal flaw.
Schoolboyish?
It's not even a word.
Flaw?
As even your brain has managed to deduce, Carrere is safe to ingest. It seems likely that its effects are neutralized by the acidic nature of its gastric succus.
Oh, yes. Well, of course. Gastric suckers? What are they?
Oh, Reno, they never change.
You lovable idiot.
So, if this lethal poison is completely harmless when drunk, the professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, would he?
Oh, come on, Renosuke, you know that.
Yeah, you know that, yeah.
That's right. Good gracious.
That's basic science, science that even a schoolboy should be able to understand, no?
Order to the court, order. The logic holds. If the lady and the professor drank the same poison, they would be affected in the same way.
Are you trying to suggest?
Yes, this cure poison is completely irrelevant to the case on trial.
That's right. Surely even a little cockroach like you could understand such a thing as simple as that.
I know, right? I bet you're wondering how I got here.
What is this welling up inside me? Oh, the Arby's! It's come back for round 2! I've never felt like this before. It's a sort of conviction to break down all the discrepancies. It's so intense, almost rage-like.
Just like that beef and cheddar I ate 3 episodes ago.
And more than anything else, it's an animalistic desire to take down my prey.
Ow!
Oh, there it
There it
is!
is! He did it! He did it!
Woo!
I don't think so, Miss Giselle Brett.
Got him.
How dare you use that tone with me?
You know very well that there is no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though both you and the victim swallowed the same poison. You are alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead.
Counsel, I'm sure I don't need to remind you. You must prove compelling evidence. As we now know that this poison is completely harmless when it's ingested. Why would Dr. Wilson alone have been killed by the Carrere?
The dentist report?
It's gotta be.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, it has to, well... It must be that.
Yeah, it's gotta be, because of this.
The dental report.
That's the only thing that could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just present it.
As Miss Brett so readily pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor. However, there was a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners. A fatal... Oh, it's you.
Oh. A fatal difference. Diners, drive-ins, and dives.
It's my favorite show. The toxic effects of the Carrere are only felt when the poison enters the body through an open wound. So, for a healthy person with no injuries, drinking it is completely harmless. But, what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water?
Inside?
Yes, like the wound you might have if you had just been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted, for example.
No way.
No way! Miss Brett, you've acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you were well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so that's it. You used that knowledge to orchestrate this. Oh. Is she laughing?
I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly, I can't resist. These childish courtroom games and your half-baked arguments are all so puerile.
My hands are already clean, thank you.
Put some puerile, please.
What do you mean?
Don't worry, little schoolboy. You'll find out soon enough.
What is she doing?
You see, when you leave vital evidence lying around, you never know what might happen to it.
Oh, she's gonna break it? Really?
No!
I mean, it could just slip.
She's actually gonna drop it. Yep. What does that matter?
Oh dear, how careless of me. I'm afraid some crucial evidence may have just been tragically destroyed.
Yeah, in front of a judge.
Yeah.
No!
My blue eyes again! Officer, what are you waiting for? Collect up as much as that water from the broken bottles once.
You're wasting your time. This delightful carpet on my feet was a gift from the British Empire. I assure you, it will soak up the water beautifully. You have neither the technology nor the presence of mind to recover it. Ah, ha, 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 ha.
How could you? You won't get away with this.
You can thump the bench and shout as much as you like, little boy. But I'm afraid we'll never know now, will you? If there really was poison in that bottle or not.
You.
This is where the waiter comes in.
Yeah.
And let us not forget, we still have some very compelling evidence left intact. Isn't that right, counsel for the prosecution?
Oh, of course, of course. You're referring to this photographic print, I presume, dear lady?
We don't need to see it again.
That's right. And really, looking at this photograph, it's as clear as day, isn't it? It really makes me laugh. The poor professor was sitting with his back to me. So, of course, the only person who could have shot him from the front is that little schoolboy. You must die. You must die.
No, you killed the victim that day, using Carrere. And then, in order to frame Ryunosuke Naruto for the crime, you waited until he picked up the pistol you'd arranged for him to find on the floor, before you shot the professor's dead body in the chest with your own hidden gun. Then, in the confusion that followed, all you had to do was turn the dead professor and his chair around. You see? You had every opportunity to commit this crime.
What a wonderful imagination you have, young man. A hidden gun, you say? And I shot the professor's dead body, did I?
Yeah.
Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have a shred of evidence.
Exactly. And as you have nothing to support your wild claims, the prosecution stance remains unchanged. My bride will be free. The victim, Dr. John H. Wilson, was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Delivered in cold blood by the accused, Ryunosuke Naruto.
This is unbelievable. How can this be happening? We had her, but now, is she really going to get away with it? The way she destroyed that evidence was obscene.
What are they?
Ryunosuke,
Yes?
we've come this far, but now you're the only one who can finish it.
Let's finish this.
What? What do you mean?
Finish her.
We've lost a vital piece of evidence, it's true. So if there are any clues left for us to use now, they must be in your head.
Huh.
In my head? You told me before that your powers of observation were the detective. The one thing that you could really depend upon. Well, yes, that's true, but I didn't manage to notice that this woman was a foreigner with the swan on her head. So think back again now and try to remember every last detail about the scene that day.
I will definitely stay away from that hat. I don't need that thing poking at me.
Everything you saw, everything you felt, every color, every smell. What I saw, what I felt.
Yes.
Every color.
The fork?
Blood.
Yeah. I never noticed that.
It was black and white.
Yeah.
Is Cosmo right? Somewhere in the vibrant memory of this same scene in my head, could there be another clue to expose the identity of Dr. Wilson's killer? Oh, yeah. There's nothing.
No, there's nothing. We're done here.
I'm calling it quits. I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
Actually, Kazuma, I think I might have something. Thinking back over everything I saw, I think I might have uncovered another clue. You always have something up your sleeve, don't you, Ryosuke? Come on then, let's wipe that smug smile off that English woman's face with some evidence. Alright, I can't wait. It's been niggling me for a while that something feels amiss in my memories of that day.
Really, niggling.
Yeah, it's a different word.
Niggling, huh?
Whatever it is could be the key to arriving at the truth about all of this.
I'm looking up niggling.
I'm kind of curious what it is too. I assume nagging is what they meant, but it's here somewhere. The clue that shows who Dr. Wilson's real killer must have been is
Niggling. Causing slight but persistent annoyance, discomfort, or anxiety.
ah.
Okay. Add that to the repertoire. All right.
Well, yeah, it's blood.
It's got to be that. Oh, I just have to hit present.
Inspector Hasanaga, answer me this.
Riddle me this.
So, he's about to present the blood from him.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Oh, yes. What isn't?
He's still miles away, probably thinking about that bottle being smashed. As you've said a number of times now, you strive for perfection in your investigations, don't you?
Absolutely.
I wonder, therefore, if perhaps you took anything else from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, the plate of steak that you took to the victim's table that day.
Oh, wait a minute. Where are you going? Where are you going with this little boy?
It's just a memory that's been troubling me.
What memory? Memory all
I
alone
saw
in
the scene shown in this photographic print with my own eyes that day. Yeah, it's very faint. You can't really see it at all.
Yeah.
Huh. I kind of don't like that.
Yeah.
And I saw that on the wooden base of the plate that the steak was served on was a spattering of blood.
What? Oh, really? And what of it? Obviously, that must have happened when you shot the professor.
No, that can't be the case. Take a good look at the photograph and the relative position of everything there.
Doesn't it make you laugh?
Couldn't help it.
The plate of steak is almost directly behind the victim. If I'm supposed to have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there's no way that blood from the victim could have ended up directly behind him, especially if there's no exit wound in the back.
Right, exactly.
Yes. For blood to have made it onto the plate, it implies the plate was between the victim and the shooter. Which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite the professor as you were.
Makes sense.
Jezebel Brett.
Jezebel Brett.
I beg your pardon?
This is beyond ridiculous, fabricated nonsense. Is the court seriously expected to believe something the accused has apparently just remembered seeing?
Yeah, it is a little flimsy, but it's the only way to prove that she actually shot him. This
could be the moment that my entire career in the police force has been leading to.
How do we explain the blood in his mouth?
Right. Like, honestly.
Inspector, you mean...
Yes, I took the plate in the interest of preserving evidence from the scene of the crime. I took it, meat and all, and I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it.
You did what?
I took the steak that you had been eating, Miss Brett. I took the steak that the sergeant had been eating. And I did it all in the name of justice. Team Rocket blasting off again.
Then we can find out for sure whether or not there's a bloodstain on Miss Brett's plate. We must examine it now.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Please.
Inspector. The court wishes to examine the plate from the victim's table immediately.
Yes, sir. Alright, let's make it happen. Oh, there it is. What a delicious steak.
The steak's still on it. Okay.
Sorry for the delay. Here's what you ordered. The steak. Medium rare. With a side of mashed potatoes. But I hate those.
Tenderized to perfection. Well, what about the blood? Is there blood on it?
Of course there isn't. Quickly, Inspector, the blood man. Show the court.
Of course, examine the plate as your leisure. Yes. Where is it?
No. No blood. No blood anywhere. But no. That's impossible!
What is happening?
I know I saw it. I'm sure of it. It was right there on the table behind the professor. There was blood on the side of the plate.
Huh. What an unbecoming expression, little boy. You see, this is why I always say you can't trust what the Japanese do.
I couldn't agree more. In the case of this disgrace to the Empire, I believe we may finally have reached a conclusion in this trial.
Please? Let's hope so. Let's pretend attempt at courtroom proceedings is painful to watch.
Huh.
But I do promise to do my best to forget all about it when it's over. No, it's not over.
That sorry-looking steak reveals the facts all too clearly. If the sorry-looking accused wishes to examine it again, be my guest.
Oh, we can examine it again.
Yeah.
The plate steak has been entered to court record.
Was the plate I saw or thought I saw just a figment of my imagination?
Oh, wasn't.
This is it now. I've lost. Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. Not until the final gavel. Never stop believing in yourself. Keep looking forward no matter what.
All right, pick yourself off the counter.
Leaving myself? Really?
Do you believe in love
Maybe I
after
should at least
love?
examine the evidence for myself.
Yeah, you should.
As the evidence requested by the defense has not been shown to be problematic in any way, I presume any further examination of the evidence in this trial will be unnecessary.
Every time you have
does.
said that, we have pursued it and found something new, and yet every time something new gets added, you want to end the trial.
Does the defense have any objection?
That bloodstain was going to clinch the trial for me. Can this plate of steak reveal any other clues at all?
There's another clue.
Yes, it gotta be. We're already here.
Yes.
Your Excellency, please wait. This plate of beef is hiding another clue. Another clue that will reveal the shocking truth.
The plate of beef I was referring to is myself. Check out these arms.
Well, the only thing that's tracking here is your unhealthy fascination with beefsteak.
Your Excellency, I think I've made myself clear, haven't I? I will not be able to turn a blind eye to any more unnecessary procrastination in this trial.
I'm sorry, Miss Brent, but we must ensure a thorough examination of the evidence.
Yeah.
I will not give a ruling until I am completely satisfied that all reasonable doubt has been dispelled. And
Why do you
tell
keep trying to end it then?
Let me tell you, that steak does not do it for me.
Good lord.
I see. As a newly affirmed ally of my country, that's still your position, is it?
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Counsel for the defense, you will now clearly show the court to what you are alluding.
What precisely are the plays? Okay.
Go to. Can you look at your
I can look at
items?
history and present, and that's it.
Shit.
That is it. Where precisely on the steak of beefsteak is this new clue found? Well, there's this.
Well, that's. I wish I could look at the original plate.
Is it the steak itself?
So, one of the things I was thinking of is the steak seems smaller. But the point in question, well, the steak does seem smaller.
Okay,
Um,
that is true. It does seem smaller.
but that could just be an angle thing.
Well, I will say this. It only really gives me two light up options. It
Yeah.
gives me this, or it gives me this.
Really?
And that's it.
What,
you notice-
what about the left-hand side of the plate?
For here?
Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah, it's just the steak or the tattoo. It's got to be the steak then. It's the only thing it could be. But like I said, there's really only two options. It gives me this, or it gives me this, and that's it.
I really wish it would let us see a photo of the original steak.
Yeah. I didn't think.
Even if you hit R, it doesn't do anything.
Or no, nothing.
Shit.
Yeah.
Is this new clue to be found?
Can I can't pause or nothing. So I think it's got to be the steak.
I think it has to be the steak.
It has to be.
Yeah.
There's no.
It does seem to look a little different, but
Yeah. This looks weird over here.
something about it is a little strange.
Okay.
It could
so
be the angle, but
I really hope we don't get this wrong.
yeah.
Okay. On a count of three. 3, 2, 1.
Nope.
Damn it.
Go to the court record real quick. Go to the photo of the steak.
Maybe that was our last. Maybe that was our last.
Maybe. Yeah, go to the photo of the steak real quick.
Why would it give me this? If...
No, that's correct. Okay. Yeah, go to that one.
Okay, so that's right. Well, what is it then? Is it the bull thing? Because it's the only thing that lit up.
Go to the photo of the steak one last time on the far right.
This one?
Oh, sorry, the new piece of evidence.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Can you examine that yourself with the A button?
But I wasn't able to do that before.
Yeah.
So was I like meant to fail that? Because it wouldn't let me hit.
It didn't let you look at this before, right? Before you went into having to clear up what's going on.
Yeah, it only gave me the 2 buttons to push, and that was it. Anyway, well, we got this. So
Yes, we have this. There had to have been something more.
Huh? What in the world is this?
I think it's it's the Koban coin.
Oh yes, I'm back.
I think it's a Koban coin and a hallmark from the Hoei era, I believe.
No, I don't mean what is it. I mean, what's it doing there?
yeah.
They swapped the plates.
It's the wrong plate.
That's
So
why-
no matter what, I was gonna get that wrong anyway.
Yeah. There is no way you could have gotten that right.
Yeah. That was the
Yes, and
intention.
apart from the meat juices, it looks to be in good condition. I imagine it's very valuable.
This isn't the first time today that there's been talk of a Hoei Koban.
And I've heard the pearls before swine, but I've never heard of bullion before bullion.
Everywhere you look.
And I don't think you ever will again. This is extraordinary, though. This means...
Do I hit that? Then?
Yeah, it's.
There we go. Yep.
I certainly never expected to find a precious coin underneath this thick cut of meat. And it's from the Hoei era, too. They make it really quite valuable.
Okay.
It's well marinated from the juices as well. Look.
Come on.
What? Are you thinking of eating it? No. But the next time I order a steak in an expensive restaurant, one thing's for sure. My heart's going to be racing as I lift up the meat and peer underneath for a prize.
Come on.
I think you might have the wrong end of the stick about this, Ryunosuke. A Koban coin underneath the steak. There's only one logical explanation. Yeah, well, we got all the piece of evidence we need from that one.
Yeah.
That was clearly swapped.
Oh, don't do this to me.
Yeah, I think that was that. I think that was a fail.
Don't. No. Please tell me we're gonna be able to like restart this.
You should be able to.
Yeah.
Officer, restrain the accused and send the telegraphic communique script written without delay. The accused will not be granted the right to appeal.
It is strange that it didn't give you the button to examine that in that moment.
It didn't though. Yeah, that's the thing.
Because we didn't get a chance to look at it before, right?
Right. Yeah, they.
Yeah, retry from the scene.
Yes.
How far back is it going to take you? That's the real question.
That's what I'm wondering too.
Okay. So,
Okay. So now.
try and press the A button again.
Okay.
So it does.
All right. Whatever.
Huh?
Okay. We already saw this.
It's
part.
weird that it's weird that the button prompt wasn't there.
It wasn't there, so I was like, okay, so I just present it.
Oh yeah, we already did this.
Yeah, we did this stuff. Blah 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 blah.
A little
blah.
annoying, but it is what it is.
Yeah. At least we just started right back up at the
Yeah,
scene.
that's
so
fine.
I was like, okay, whew.
There's a missing element there that.
Ha 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 ha! Funny joke.
Funny joke.
Oh, funny joke. Oh, you found my coin.
That's my coin. Maybe highlight that thing
Yeah.
and then present it.
Okay.
Oh, we get it.
We get it. Ha ha ha! Funny joke. Maybe I should have just highlighted it and just gone with it. Only one second, but
Yeah.
and then got him.
Good gracious, that's...
Come on.
What on earth?
Oh, I ever wanted that.
Miss Brett,
Why couldn't you just brought up the right steak, dude?
Yeah.
this is in fact the beef steak that you ordered at the restaurant on the day of question, isn't it? Tell me, why is there an old coin seemingly hidden underneath the meat? Ouch.
Ooh.
Squawk! What a ridiculous question. How should I know? I've never seen that thing before in my life. I don't know what it is, but I want no part of it.
So now we can confirm that it wasn't hers.
I fail to see how this is relevant. A coin under the meat. That could simply have been a careless mistake by a chef in a moment of destruction.
Don't be absurd. We're supposed to believe that this happened by accident in the kitchen? A rare Hoi Koban just happened to be underneath that piece of steak. If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll rip up my ticket to Great Britain right now. He's right.
It can't be a coincidence. Your Excellency,
Yes, Counsel.
a rare Hoi Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak. If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll give up my lawyer job right now. You don't have a lawyer job.
By all means, don't let us stop you. No one's invited you anyway.
Perhaps, little boy, you should realize that it is you who is real.
Anybody else want to interject?
Yeah, like honestly.
Even though I'm the one on trial here.
The point is, it's essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what it's doing under that steak.
The owner.
Get ready, buddy.
Yep.
He said he was going to come back.
Yes, it's obvious there's only one person it can belong to.
Oh, I'm back in action.
The owner of the Koban that was found underneath the beefsteak is... Saggy Ears.
Oh, yes. Oh.
Obviously, it can only be the antiques dealer and owner of Rasute, Curio Koritauka Kuta.
Curie. As in Mr. Cucumber or something? Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are quite unfathomable.
I'm kind of on the same page with you on that one.
Ah, yes. The old man who testified earlier alongside the military sergeant, correct?
Oh, don't bring him back either.
Yes, Your Excellency.
I remember him saying that he was up to something with his Koban coin when it happened. At exactly the moment the gun was fired.
Oh, the gunshot interested me not. I can't believe I've come back. I was far too busy on the floor.
Too busy on the floor. Sorry. What were you doing?
Hunting for treasure.
And vibing.
Oh, vibing all day. Indeed, the Hoi era Koban, my prized coin. I only have 3 teeth for some reason. Then this Hoi era Koban, do you mean to tell me? No. Please, why would Kurakuta-san's Koban be sandwiched between the victim's beefsteak and its plate? Makes no sense. Yes.
Which is why I'm asking to bring Korukuta-san back to the witness stand so we can ask him.
Great.
Great, I'm back. Officer, bring both witnesses that testified earlier back in here.
Oh, god damn it.
Without a moment's delay.
We were almost done.
We're done.
I can't
Oh.
believe we've come back around to that pair again.
Me neither.
Yeah, you and me both, brother.
But I have a hunch, a strong hunch, that if we chase down this real significance of this Koban, we'll find that it's a key element of the case.
Don't with your fucking to be continued. Okay.
This has got to be it.
Well, this is quite
The fact that all 4 of them are here, we're done.
yeah, we're done here.
It's a wrap, boys.
What is this all about? Why have I been called up again? Don't you realize that it's dinner time for the little baby Ido? When my son's belly is empty, he's fiercer than a pack of wolves.
I'm sure about that.
Exploited by the police we were, like miserable dogs forced to bear false witness. And when cast from this courtroom myself, I became a ruined man in a trice, a worthless, withered antique. Nothing more have I to say. The sun has set on this Raisutai,
shop owner's existence. I so want to just make a Dark Knight joke, but
Be that as it may, Kurakuda-san, something has come to light that requires your clarification. As far as your Rasutai memory serves you.
Oh my god, he got stabbed.
oh, you sure did.
Yeah.
That's the one, the very one. The very exact one that it is. It represents the splendiferous high treasure that my rusty bones managed to misplace that fateful day.
Oh my god, the drama.
You get me.
Huh. As I thought.
Young man, lightness, the decrepit old fool, put me out of my misery.
What? Okay.
I was born in the darkness, molded by it. Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped? Was it in the darkness where I was molded from?
Oh, I'm not sure if it was dropped anywhere.
We found your coin sandwiched between a beefsteak and its plate, soaking in the seasoned meat juices.
Yummy.
Sandwich, soaking. Seriously.
Clearly, it couldn't have fallen there by accident. Which means somebody must have hidden it there on purpose.
Somebody concealed my hoy treasure.
Maybe that's the motive. She wanted the coin, and she swapped the plates. That's very flimsy.
I don't know. Well, we're about to see. I think.
Yeah, we're about to see. Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, between a slab of meat and a metal plate. Who would do such a thing? Such an unconscionable thing.
Nobody got anything to say?
Excuse me, could I say something?
Yes, of course.
Proceed, Inspector Hasanoga.
I mentioned this earlier in the trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case.
Yes, that's right. The secret undercover operation.
That kind of involves a high-class Western cuisine restaurant. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there's been a run of similarly executed thefts targeting the restaurant's rich clientele. A number of such incidents have been reported to the police bureau.
Wicked crimes indeed.
We wanted to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected.
So that's why you were sent undercover, is it?
Yes, I took on the job of waiter at the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. It seems likely that this Koban incident is the work of the same thief.
So, unbeknownst to us, there was a master thief at work in the restaurant on a regular basis. The place was already the scene of the several crimes, it seems.
I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of the person who stole and hid Korikuta-san's Koban is all too clear.
A lot of K's going on there.
Yeah, a lot of K's.
What? Oh, crap. What? There we go. I'll just do that.
I think the court would like to hear the defense's view on this matter. Tell us, who is the despicable scoundrel that stole Korakuta-san's Koban and hid it under the steak?
It's gotta be her. It's the only thing. Oh yeah, it's this girl.
Yeah. It's either him or the waiter.
Why would the waiter?
Well, because he's handling the steaks.
I don't know.
I mean... Man.
Right, I'll just pick him, and if it's not him, then
It's
her.
gotta be her then.
Oh, went away.
Yeah. Yes, it seems like a likely candidate for the Koban thief. Come on, Ryunosuke. Huh? You shocked me, Kazuma-san. Not as much as you shocked me. No one could have approached the table unnoticed. Even if you're a crazy fool, you couldn't have missed that. I'm not sure you should be calling Kurotaka-san a crazy fool, Kazuma. Okay, so that's not it.
Okay.
It's you who's calling the crazy fool. Maybe I'm the wrong track here, so it can't be her either.
Okay.
So Sergeant?
maybe- yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's penniless, that's right. Because of the child and all that.
Yep.
Obviously, it can only be you. Sergeant Aiza. Fuck.
That's how I feel.
Full transparency, it's like it's almost 1 in the morning and we're still doing this case.
You're true. That's true.
And I am at a gas.
That is fair. That
Oh,
is
boy.
fair.
What? How? How dare you? You monster! Monster? I stole that Koban, did I? I'm the master thief of the La Carnival, am I? You seriously accusing me of these crimes, cadet? But it wasn't me, it was Ido! Ido's the master. I knew the baby had to play a role in it.
Yeah.
I think we called this a while back.
I think we did.
You would push the blame of your crimes onto your own son, an innocent little baby? It's you's the monster, Sergeant Noza.
Yeah, he's done.
Yep. Who's on trial here?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yep.
Clippity clop, clippity clop, clippity clop. Gah!
All came back to the sergeant.
What the fuck is going on here?
Wow.
What the fuck?
What?
Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Ayaza Nosa preparing to stand down the Supreme Court, sir.
Got him. Finally.
Do any of you know of the extraordinarily low wages of the Nippon Imperial Army pays those it expects to keep our country safe?
I understand that the temporary increase in taxation owing to the recently ended conflicts remains in place. And I have heard it's hard for lower-ranking soldiers to make a living, yes.
Uh-huh. All I want is to put a hot meal on the table for my son. That's why you were stealing things at the restaurant. This place is heaving with money. Every 3 days I go there to do reconnaissance for a target. And I enjoy chomping my way through a good steak at the same time. It sounds like he doesn't bother with a knife or fork even, which is worryingly believable.
True.
And your target that day was the old man in Koban. Yes, sir.
Which is why he cozied up to him, so.
Yeah. He was an easy mark. I slipped the coin into my pocket without any trouble at all.
Oh, a veritable phantom thief you are! Oh, you could be one of the phantom thieves from Persona!
I was all set to leave the steak. I was halfway through devouring when it happened. Bang. Yes, when the professor was shot. I knew that the police conducted a search and found the coin in my pocket, so he swapped the plates.
Uh-huh.
I'd be finished Adi O2, so I hid the incriminating evidence as fast as I could on the double. I slipped it under the steak, hoping that I'd be able to rendezvous with it again at a later date.
Huh.
Oh!
No, nobody's got anything to say?
This is ridiculous.
Perhaps
Perhaps you could carry on with this absurd prattling on your own time.
Well, Miss Brett,
Oh, of course, dear lady, of course. How rude of us. I'm quite sure there's no need to detain you any longer at all.
What are you talking about? We haven't even gotten to
Praise
that.
the sun. May the esteemed gentleman please be excused, Your Excellency. Indeed. The theft of the coal barn was clearly perpetrated by this baby-saddled sergeant. It would certainly appear to be unrelated to Dr. Wilson's murder.
Of course it is. Hiding a coin or a lump of meat? The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me.
Oh, believe me, sister, you're not alone there.
Yeah, I know.
nonsense, is it?
Well... oof.
And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife or fork, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness.
A man is dead.
Like, why are we here? But
Let's move on. We figured it
I
out.
know.
The plates were swapped.
Very well, now that all questions concerning this witness testimony has been answered, I see no further justification for detaining her.
Why? Why?
Miss Brett, you are free to leave.
Oh, fuck off with your...
Thank you, Your Excellency. Good luck, everyone.
I have a feeling she's.
And good day.
I feel like we're gonna see her again later.
Huh?
Don't.
Ryunosuke, what's the matter with you? There's no time for daydreaming.
Ryunosuke, if you got a plan, freaking lay it out
No,
for
it's
us,
just
bud.
something about Miss Brett's parting words there got me thinking. I can't quite work out what exactly, but something she said jarred with me. I feel like there was a contradiction in there somewhere. Something didn't quite add up.
Yeah?
If that's the case, don't just stand there thinking. Make your voice heard. Sorry? You could think later, but if you don't call out now, it'll be too late and the trial will be over.
For frick's sake. Okay, good. Okay, this is it.
Wait, Miss Brett!
What is it now?
I'm afraid just one last time. There's something I'd like to ask you. I'd like you to explain the contradiction in your parting words from just a few moments ago.
What are you talking about? The contradiction?
Well, what new student nonsense is this?
Well, what parting words are you talking about, Ryunosuke?
Hiding a coin and a lump of meat? The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me.
Uh-huh.
And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife or fork.
Because there was stuff on it. There's stuff on the.
So, the prevailing theory is maybe he didn't eat the steak to begin with. The only reason why it was chowed down was because it was swapped.
Ah, yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. I can pick it up what you're putting down.
Yes, I'm right.
Oh, here we go.
It's
all right. We're already going.
We're good. We're good.
Yeah, let's
we're
just move on here.
We're speeding to the end here.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to see that evidence, counsel.
Contradiction. Approve it. Okay.
Okay, so,
It's the knife and fork, right?
it's gotta be the knife and fork.
Yeah. Right here. He did use it.
Yeah.
The photograph or print of the scene taken immediately after the incident occurred.
What's interesting is the plate of steak that you can see on the victim's table.
The steak that Miss Brett has been eating before the professor was killed. Yes, go on.
More accurately, Your Excellency, the steak that was on the victim's table just before the professor was killed.
Now you're just splitting hairs.
Not true. Doesn't something about this steak strike you as very unusual?
Yeah, it definitely looks like it got picked up and just bitten.
Yeah.
Those aren't cuts.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was cut at all.
Unnatural? What on earth do you mean?
It's extremely obvious. I'm talking about the shape of the edge where it's been eaten. I see you've noticed it too, Miss Brett.
Notice what exactly, counsel?
Just a few moments ago, Miss Brett claimed no Englishman could even contemplate picking up a steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork.
Of course she did. She's a resigned English gentlewoman herself.
Even then, take a good look at this steak in particular, the edges where it's been eaten. As you can see, there are clearly defined barbaric teeth marks there.
It looks like Miss Brett was realized something.
So, if the witness, as she claims, wouldn't contemplate eating anything without using a knife and fork, there shouldn't be teeth marks in the steak at all.
But what is your actual point? Perhaps the delightful Miss Brett was ravenously hungry and...
She's cornered again.
Oh, whatever you say, dear lady.
As I said, I really must be leaving now.
Uh-oh, she's on the
Afternoon tea
ropes.
with the Minister of Justice cannot possibly wait any longer.
Of course. This will be all over in the blink of an eye. Rest assured, I am about to put this rookie in his place. Just leave everything be.
I've heard enough. You aren't any little speckled samurai relic.
Damn.
Of course. Dear lady.
What's the matter, Miss Brett? Have we ruffled your feathers?
Clearly, the witness knows what this means. She's realized the catastrophic implications these teeth marks in the steak have for her.
Ryunosuke, do you know where you're going with this?
Yes, now at last, it's all come together.
How many
Finally.
times have you said this, though?
God. The mysterious teeth marks in the steak that had allegedly been eaten with cutlery. The reason why the bloodstain I know I saw, somebody seems to have disappeared. And most importantly, the evidence that proves once and for all who shot Dr. Wilson that day.
I accept that these teeth marks in the steak are a little unnatural, as you put it, counsel. But what exactly are you suggesting that tells us?
Everything, Your Excellency.
Everything.
Yes, I believe that those barbaric teeth marks in the steak there amount to conclusive evidence in this case. Evidence that will prove beyond any doubt who shot Dr. Wilson.
Wow.
Squawk.
Conclusive evidence. How many times have I heard that today?
You're telling me, sister.
You wouldn't know the meaning of the phrase. Typical Japanese empty threats.
How can you be so sure?
Oh, it's quite simple. If you really had such conclusive evidence, you would have presented it to the court long ago.
Actually, the evidence I'm talking about hasn't been brought before the court yet.
What are you talking about?
Hillman, what? But just be...
But just because it... Yeah, that's right, bitch. It hasn't been shown yet doesn't mean the evidence doesn't exist. Prosecution's forgetting what side of the bench he's on.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear lady. This is absurd. The trial has run several hours already. You're telling me... And you say there's evidence that is yet to be brought forward? It can't be. I don't believe you have it. We just put the picture.
I don't, but there is someone who does have it. Someone in this very courtroom. And if that person is willing to submit the piece of evidence I'm referring to, it will solve every remaining mystery in this case.
Very well. I have a feeling this will be my last request for the defense in this trial.
Thank God. Who possesses the clues and evidence? Who has it? The waiter? He's the one who brought out the steak.
He is the one that brought the steak.
I'm gonna go with it.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Hold on, I haven't.
Yes.
You think I've been withholding conclusive evidence? That's
Oh, yeah, there you go.
No. I'm not saying that. Everyone's attention has been focused on this steak with the teeth marks.
Yes.
Now, earlier this afternoon, Sergeant Nosa told the court the following. I'd enjoyed chomping my way through a good steak, and as well as admitting to stealing Korotakuda-san's coin, he told us that he slipped it under the steak.
You watch it, cadet. I'm a superior officer.
Yeah, that's...
Sergeant Nosa, could you please confirm something for me? Was the steak that you put under the coin under, in fact, your own steak?
Attention! Affirmative, of course. I might be a soldier in the Imperial Nippon Army, but still. I'm not brave enough to ask a foreign gentle lady if she'd mind me manhandling her meal to hide something in it.
In other words, the steak that the detective submitted as evidence earlier was in fact Sergeant Nosa's meal.
Yeah. But that makes no sense. That plate was taken from the victim's table.
Yet the gentlewoman doesn't take bites out of her steak, nor did she have any opportunity to steal the coin.
Of course I didn't steal it. To even suggest such a thing would be an affront to the entire British Empire.
Oh.
Well then, how do you explain this paradox?
Exactly, surely you're not going to suggest that the sergeant switched the two steaks over? Oh god, we're gonna go through this again?
Oh.
You did switch the plates.
Well, that was easy.
Well, after it happened, the, bang. When I saw the civilian had been murdered right in front of my eyes like that, I panicked. As I said, I immediately lifted my steak and hid the coin underneath it. But then, when the waiter announced he was an undercover policeman, I thought I'd had it. If he declared to investigate my slab of meat, that'd be it. I'd be getting my marching orders. So, when the cadet here was arrested and taken off the kitchen, I seized my chance.
Okay. And push the baby back down.
With military precision and timing, I switched my steak with the one on the foreign lady's table.
What? You can't have. I never saw you do such a thing.
It was called Operation Lightning Bolt. There was no time for strategic planning.
Oh my god.
It was do or die, I tell you, so yes, I did what had to be done.
Unbelievable!
However, fear not, Prosecutor-san.
What now?
I swear on the brass buttons of my uniform, that is all I did, sir.
All you did? That's plenty, Sergeant.
So, if Sergeant Nosa switched the plates over, it means he took Miss Brett's steak and the plate it was on back to his own table.
Yes, that follows.
Inspector Hasanaga,
Yes.
earlier in the trial you told the court this. You said that you had not only taken Miss Brett's steak after the incident, but also the sergeant's. That to preserve evidence, you had taken both.
That's correct.
Then please present it to the court now. The plate that was actually on the victim's table at the precise moment he was shot.
So there's probably a blood stain on it.
What can that possibly tell us now? I mean, a cold slab of tough meat? They can't have a Seismic on the case.
Use your imagination.
Yeah, like honestly.
No! What, you're willing your way out of, it this time, lady.
I beg your pardon?
Surely you're not that forgetful. Surely you can remember the reason why the steak pan promises to prove such a problem for you, no?
You're the ones who's decided this was a problem, not me.
The reason the defense asked to see the plate was to confirm something the defendant remembers seeing.
Right.
Disc thinks he remembers.
I'm quite sure of what I saw, Miss Brett.
Blood.
On the side of the plate that was on the table directly behind Dr. Wilson, there was a clear splattering of blood from the gunshot wound to the victim's chest.
Correct.
I believe the defendant's memory serves him well. And now we have the evidence to prove it. The plate that you were eating from, Miss Brett.
Let us not prolong this any further. Inspector, will you show the evidence to the court? Present the beefsteak and the plate that was originally the victim's table at the time of the incident.
Uh-huh.
Go get it.
Yes, sir.
Is this it? Wow, that thing barely got eaten.
Sorry for keeping you.
Razor thin.
Yep. That's clearly cut.
Here's another, the other steak in its plate. Please feel free to examine it.
So it was smaller, like we said.
It was, yep. You're exactly right. Yep, there's the blood stain.
Yeah. Now this makes everything clear. The blood you can see on the side of the plate shows that at the moment the victim was shot, he was facing the table with his back to me. In other words, it's impossible for Naruto-san to have shot the victim.
It can be.
In fact, there's only one person who could have possibly shot us, Dr. Watts, Wilson from the front.
Watson.
Wilson.
Same thing.
I'm sure everyone knows by now who that person is. That's right. Miss Jezebel Brett. It's you! You must die.
You must die.
My
Swan died.
I think she's done.
How done? By a Japanese? Me? By a Japanese schoolboy? No, no, no!
Are you racist?
Quack, 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 quack.
Whoa.
No! Ah!
There's a chick that came out of that.
Ah!
There's tons of birds coming out of that.
Fuck is going on?
Oh my god. There's like 3 different colored birds that came out of. Oh, she's dead. She died and went to heaven. Okay. Cheep, 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 cheep. Just all over the place.
Oh boy. Oh,
Oh,
she's
my-
back now. Alright.
Okay.
Please excuse my little outburst. I briefly lost my composure.
No.
I talked to God.
Did you see me float in the air?
Most becoming behavior for an English gentleman. Forgive me.
Well, Miss Brett, I think it's time you told the court what had actually happened that day. The truth, this time.
Gladly, Your Excellency.
She give up?
She did.
Oh, thank God.
This is over.
It was I who took the professor's life using Cure. As you surmised, I chose that particular day for one very important reason. The professor had a dental appointment for the extraction of one of his teeth in the morning.
So you planned to kill the professor, knowing that no trace of poison would be found in his water. Because cure rare is unheard of here in Japan, as we know.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. I never intended to remain at the restaurant for as long as I did. I only needed to see the professor take in it one tiny sip of his water and it would all be over. I would place the steak I had ordered in front of him to make it appear as though he had been dining alone, and leave him immediately. However, before any of that happened, there was an unexpected visitor at the professor's table.
That would be me, I suppose.
Yes, you. Who else?
So she improvised.
Yep.
Such a trifling matter, but the fact that you decided to come over to greet the professor meant that I'd lost my chance to slip away unnoticed. In due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. I made sure he was sitting in his chair such that he wouldn't fall. There was no going back at that point, so I concocted a plan at the spur of the moment.
A plan to pin Dr. Wilson's murder on this innocent man.
I happen to know that the professor always carried a gun. I decided to use that fact to my advantage. I had the bottle of Cure in my handbag, And my own pistol concealed under my skirt.
Under your skirt. How enjoyable.
Ooh. So I was right. There were 2 guns.
Yes.
And then I finished my coffee and got up to leave. That's when I noticed the professor's gun, which you had presumably placed on the floor. Placed where you were sure I would notice it.
And everything went according to plan. You notice the gun is intended. And then, just as you bent down to pick it up, bang!
Bang. That's when you shot the professor with your own gun. Even though at that point, he was already dead.
Naturally, the gunshot caused a commotion, at which point the waiter appeared.
Obviously, I assumed Naruhodo-san was the culprit and apprehended him. I took him to the pantry that adjoins the kitchen and locked him inside.
That's when I took the opportunity to turn the professor in his chair around.
Because, of course, you needed to make it look like the defendant had shot Dr. Wilson from where he'd picked up the gun.
Rabble.
Rabble.
We still haven't explained the waiter's deadly cough.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what that's about.
So there you have it. That is the entirety of my misdemeanor.
Really, a misdemeanor, not a felony, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Ugh.
Your Excellency,
Yes.
I wonder, might I speak with you in private later?
I shall call on you.
Thank you. Good day then, everyone. I hope you can forgive me, Naruhodo-san.
Wow. I don't really know if I want to forgive you for trying to pin murder on me and then you're being all stupid about it.
This is very strange.
Yeah. It would seem it's very strange. This trial has finally run its course.
Finally!
I presume the prosecution is in agreement. This cannot be. This is because you have to cheat the news. Not the likes of this rookie studied.
You'd better start getting used to that tough opposition.
Rinosuke Naruhodo.
What?
Yes?
This insult to the Ouchie family name will never be forgotten. It was an ouchie to the ouchie.
You've become conceited with age, Counsel. But the old have to stand aside and make the way for the new.
The new is old. The new is old.
It's the way of the world. May you never forget that.
Shing shing.
Are you gonna kill him?
He cut his hair.
He cut his hair.
Wow. Oh!
I think that's assault.
How did the sword get way over there?
1,000 millennia may pass, and still the Ouchi clan will never measure up to the Naruto clan.
This trial in the Supreme Court of Japan will, I believe, go down in history as the start of a new chapter in our country's judicial system.
I guess so.
Despite being summoned as the accused, you, Rinosuke Naruhodo, presented an excellent case.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
The use of evidence and deduction to unravel the truth is a modern methodology. After all, it has only been a few short decades since our country opened its doors to a wider world. But the Western ideals of science are rapidly gaining acceptance here.
Yeah.
I feel sure that science will soon bring new methods of investigation and new procedures of justice. A new future of law awaits, but what will it look like, I cannot begin to imagine. That is for the young to pursue.
Yeah.
Kazuma Azuki,
Yes.
after this trial, you are set to embark on a journey of discovery to the illustrious British Empire. Learn all you can, absorb everything of the wider world that you are able to. And do not forget to fulfill the mission imposed upon you.
All right.
I understand. Your Excellency.
What was that about? Why do you look so grave all of a sudden?
Ah, never mind.
As for you, Rinosuke Naruhodo,
Yeah, yes?
In you, I sense, how can I put it, unusual potential. I very much look forward to seeing how you carry out that onward.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank God it's done.
Yep.
It is time to deliver the final verdict. I hereby find the defendant Ryunosuke Naruhodo
Not guilty. Yay, celebration. We did it. Oh, happy day.
There's still 2 points to this case that are not clear.
Yeah, who cares?
This court is now adjourned.
That's what's troubling to me. It feels like there's more going on here than...
I feel like we're gonna see them again. So
22nd November, 2:46 p.m. Supreme Court of Judicature. Defendants. Antechamber. 5.
I can't believe it. I can't believe what's happened. I made it. I defended myself and made it through the horrendous trial.
you sure did.
Ryunosuke, you finally pulled it off. Congratulations.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Kazuma.
No. It was a pleasure to watch you work. So you owe me an extra large sukiyaki from the place of Yomei University Street. Don't forget.
Good afternoon. All your hard work has certainly paid off.
Tom's?
Oh,
Barely. I just have a really deep voice now. For some reason, my balls dropped.
How do you like my Tom Selleck impression? I'm watching Blue Bloods as of late. Congratulations to both of you for proving Naruto-san's innocence.
couldn't have done it without you either.
Our trusty judicial assistant. You worked hard for that result too, you know.
Oh no, I didn't do anything. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you so much. If we hadn't had that research report of Ms. Brett, I don't know how things would have turned out.
like honestly,
That's true.
We would have been screwed.
Your kind words should really be for my father. I was simply doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to the university and investigate.
Your father? Ah, yes, of course.
Yeah, the professor. Do we really need to go back to this? Come on. We already went through this.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Come on, guys.
Come on.
Come on, what are you doing?
Come
here?
on.
Come on, we've already been recorded for too long, so... No.
Speaking of Miko Toba.
Oh. Oh, it's probably... I swear to God, if this is somebody different.
There you are. I believe congratulations are in order. Thank God I got that
It's
one
me,
right.
Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck. Naruhodo, you did an excellent job.
Come check out the new season of Blue Bloods.
That's what I was working on while you guys were in there.
Thank you, Professor.
Oh, no. It is I who should be thanking you, after all. Your efforts exposed the true criminal that took the life of my good friend.
Good friend. Oh, yes, you mentioned that before. It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to Yumei University, wasn't it?
And his death.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Professor Miko Toba studied overseas himself. He went to study forensic medicine in Great Britain.
Oh.
Presumably, that's when you met Dr. Wilson.
Exactly. In those days, we worked together in the same hospital.
Oh, you work together.
Have you never heard that I've never heard you mention that before.
Well, it was a long time ago now. Besides, it's your turn, Asagi. Great Britain is a magnificent country. It leads the world in science, medicine, engineering, culture, and of course, in law. Watch and learn, my boy. My son.
My boy!
See what happens in the world's largest melting pot.
I will. I'll learn all I can. I swear on this. The spirit of the Asagi clan.
You're not taking that sword to Great Britain, are you?
Of course I am.
Of course he is.
A Japanese man's katana is his soul. This blade shows me where I need to go.
Amen.
That's right, brother.
Amen.
And cut down anything that's in my way.
Absolutely.
Yes, I've definitely seen how sharp it is already with my own eyes.
That reminds me, what happens to that woman? To Jazael Brett, I mean.
After all, she's guilty of murder.
Oh, yes, her. It's not easy to tell you this, but she got off.
What do you mean? Surely she's going to face trial herself now. She's the true culprit after all.
And she admitted it.
Yeah.
She will be leaving Japan in the very near future for Shanghai.
What? Shanghai?
Oh boy.
Giselle Brett will not appear in court again in this country. I'm certain of that.
What? But why not?
I don't know. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. Oh,
But what's this all about a consular jurisdiction?
we cannot try this particular foreigner for her crimes here in Japan.
What? We can't try her. But then who? Who's going to bring her to justice? A British consular court will hear her case somewhere far away where our voices can't be heard.
So then Britain's in Shanghai.
Yeah. But why a consular court?
Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought consular courts were a thing of the past, now that we've signed a friendship treaty.
Yes, now in normal circumstances, you're right.
Then, so long as this is not a serious incident of a highly political nature to our respective governments, they can't invoke a consular court just like that.
Oh, can't they?
Yes, she's a student, but it doesn't justify our governments making secret agreements about her fate, does it? Something strange is going on.
So Miss Brett can't be held accountable for her actions here in Japan.
I'm afraid that for the young student, today's trial was nothing more than a game all along. There was never any danger of comeuppance for her. Wow,
I don't believe it.
It really makes us feel good as the players.
Yeah. God.
the British government's Foreign Affairs Ministry has demanded that we hand over custody of Miss Brett. They're obviously taking this case of a foreign student committing murder very seriously. But it's all going to change from now on. We can make it change. This is a time of great turmoil. This new era heralded by the start of the 20th century. One day, I have no doubt, that woman will receive the judgment she deserves. That means we're going to have to do this again with her.
Yeah. Yes, change is coming, and we're the ones driving it.
Well, I think that's enough seriousness for now. This evening calls for a celebratory drink.
But Professor,
I'm not old enough to drink. I'm only 10.
You're right. This is no time for gloomy faces. We should be celebrating Yunosuke's not guilty verdict. Let's start having some fun.
Thank God.
Thank God.
In that case, might I suggest La Carnival?
I work there, you know.
As the head waiter, I should be delighted to provide you with ample food and drink.
you're Detective Hasanaga-san, aren't you?
I don't want your blood on my food.
Let's not worry about the details for now. To La Carnival, will you accompany us, Professor? Of course. La Carnival's food is second to none.
I'm here too. I shall go and attend to the paperwork for Naruhodo-san's release.
Oh, yes, thank you.
I have a feeling she'll be our assistant once,
Yep, she
yeah.
absolutely will.
So, Giselle Brett won't be tried here. I suppose that means I'll never know. I'll never find out why she killed Dr. Wilson.
Oh, you will.
Yeah. Kazuma.
It's still flowing in the wind.
Yes, Ryunosuke.
I just want to say thanks again. That's all. You really saved my skin today.
I didn't do a thing. You were the lawyer in there, weren't you? That defense was all your own work. Your skills made the difference, though.
Oh, your skills made the difference, though. One day I bet you'll be the best lawyer in the world.
I'm not so sure about that.
Huh?
To be honest, something kept occurring to me over and over again during that trial. I couldn't help thinking that maybe you're the one destined to become a great lawyer, not me.
What? Come on, be serious.
If I helped you today, it was only right at the very start of the trial. But you have a natural talent for it, for being a defense lawyer, I mean.
No, not me. All that tense verbal combat, I never want to go through that ever again.
Too bad.
I did what you told me to do, that's all, because I knew I could trust you.
That's the point.
Sorry? What do you mean? That's the point.
Listen, Ryunosuke. Do you know what the most crucial weapon is that any lawyer needs in order to win?
Knowledge of the law?
And a big dick.
Being a power No, the ability to believe.
To believe?
How are the cards, you? How are the cards?
Top energy. A defense lawyer has to fight for his clients. He has to believe in them at all times. Like you believed in me when I said I didn't do it. I'm human, just like you. I don't have some superhuman ability to know the truth. But you have to make a choice about what to believe in and to stick to it when you're defending someone. Sometimes in the courtroom, you really can't be backed into a corner. But being able to remain faithful to what you choose to believe in, even then, well, that's not something that anyone can do. It takes a special kind of person.
Huh. Believing in your client.
Just look at today's trial. I'm a student lawyer with precious little real experience, but you never stopped believing in me.
Well,
You faced seemingly hopeless situations time and again, but you never stopped looking for the truth. And in the end, you found it, through your own efforts and because you never stopped believing in me.
Thanks, Kazuma.
There's something I want to ask you, actually, Ryunosuke. Well, it's a favor, really. Something very important to me.
It sounds serious. What is...
Oh, you're still here, are you?
Oh, Inspector Hasunaga.
I've arranged some rickshaws for us. Let's go.
Thank you. We'll be right there. Let's pick up this conversation again later. We should be celebrating right now. Your first court victory.
And your study tour to Great Britain, don't forget.
Ah, yes, that too.
So, my very first trial came to an end.
Sure did.
Kazuma. Professor Mikotoba. Suatsu-san, who acted as my assistant. Inspector Hasunaga, who didn't really play much of a part, but still.
Damn.
Yeah. It was because of the help and support of all these people that I managed to get through that trial. But more importantly, Kazuma hadn't yet managed to ask his favor of me.
Well, more importantly, these guys can end the episode.
Yeah.
Little did I realize that this would become a feature-length film.
Yeah, I know.
Just how much it would change my life.
My God.
We're at an hour 40.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
it's probably like an hour 30, to be honest.
It probably is.
At the beginning, but
Defense
we
debut.
did it.
We did it.
We did it.
Oh, my
We
God.
did it, Goku. Goku. Oh, thank God. Yes, overwrite it. I'm just gonna. There we go. Saves complete. We're
This
good.
is as far as we go.
This is as far as we go. My God, I hope you enjoyed the ride that we just went on. We
Yeah.
just wanted to finish this damn
God.
episode today, because it seemed like we were so close for so long. And it was just like it just kept going and going
Yeah.
and going. So just to let you know, it's officially 1 a.m. here.
Yeah, it is.
And we've been doing this for several hours now.
Yes.
And we're both tired.
Very tired.
So we're gonna rest up.
Oh, you want to sleep, do you?
Oh my God! Did you find my coin? Did you? Oh my God! You found it in the darkness.
My non-convoy coin.
Oh my God! Oh, it was molded by it.
Molded by it.
Oh,
all I did was pay 25 cents, and I was able to get it. Anyway,
These vases are still half off, by the way.
no, don't forget. I said that like 6 episodes ago now.
God, it feels like a lifetime ago.
Oh, but anyway, we will continue this sometime soon. We will definitely make sure that this doesn't happen again. But we just wanted to get through the first episode.
Yeah.
So we get a full taste of the game and stuff. So
Good Lord.
but hopefully everybody enjoyed the first episode, at least the first episode in the game, the first saga for us of this, first 8 episodes for us. But hopefully everybody enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe to Seismic Heroes. We've really been enjoying it. We're going to keep playing it. We're going to mix in some other stuff too, though, just to break it up a little bit too.
Yeah.
But please join us again. Become a member of Quanktown. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you lovelies next time.
Good night.